Welcome back, everyone, to yet another episode of Major Money, and we have another Taco Tuesday pair episode. And as always, one pair or one taco has already passed. That was Aaron Nola, discounted as strikeouts, but we have one right here. You can see Alyssa Thomas all the way down to 26.5 points, rebounds, assists. You got an hour left to use that one in a pivotal Game 5 matchup for the Connecticut Sun against the Minnesota Lynx. And we have one more taco still to come. So you do still have opportunity to use some of these pairs with your tacos to get extra value here. We're going to jump right into it. Last time I was 2-1 yet again, and I missed the 3 for 3 by 0.5 field goal yards on Sunday Night Football. 0.5 field goal yards. If one field goal was just 1 yard longer, we would have had back-to-back 3 for 3 cash, steal a bunch of money from Prize Picks, as always. Wasn't in the cards. This is a bad beat. Very unfortunate. If someone could have just false started or something before the Steelers 20-yard field goal, that would have been amazing. But it was not in the cards for us today. We're going to try to get back to our 3 for 3 ways. And we're still on a hot streak of positive picks, but we always like 3 for 3s way better, obviously, than 2-1s. And we have a lot of playoff sports today, like I mentioned already. Game 5 of the semifinals for the WNBA. And actually, one of our picks is going to be in this game here. We're going to go to rebounds. We're going to go to Napheesa Collar, over 10 rebounds. It has hit 3 of the last 5, 3 of the past 4 games, so 3 of the 4 games in this series, and the last 3. So it's trending upwards. She has hit this 4 out of 7 times this year against the Connecticut Sun. So that is a lot of data to go off of from one player and one individual stat against one specific team. Though one of the times she missed it, she only played 25 minutes instead of her usual close to 40. So she had limited opportunities in that one, and I believe she had 6 or 7 rebounds. So she was very much on pace to push, if not surpass that. And I think in Game 5, you're going to run with your stars a lot more than typical. So she is going to be playing a ton of minutes. The Sun need a win, obviously, or their season's done. She's going to be ferocious on the boards. And in Game 5, similar to Game 7s in the NBA, I believe people are going to come out a little tight. No one wants to make that mistake. I think it's going to be hard to score at the start of the game, which then gives her more rebounding opportunities. So once again, I'm going to Napheesa Collar over 10 rebounds, which good trend upward for this playoff series, and hit over 50% throughout the year, as well as, like I said, one of the games, her not playing as many minutes as she typically does. Now, I am actually going to go with 2 very popular plays in the San Diego Padres versus the Dodgers, Los Angeles Dodgers game. This has been a great series, an exciting series, even though last game was a blowout and 10-2 for the Padres. I think anytime they play, you can always feel that tension. So with that, I'm going to ride a pitcher, Michael King, who has been pitching really good as of late. I'm going to go over 5.5 strikeouts. Now, I don't have much data to back this up. To be honest with you, I'm just going to flat out say that. I think the Padres have a lot of momentum. Michael King himself has had a lot of momentum, but you can see it's hit 4 of the 5, but that one time it did not hit was actually against the Dodgers. He's actually only hit this 1 out of 3 starts this year, 1 out of 4 starts against the Dodgers. Not great numbers here. He's consistently at 5 or 4 in one instance, I believe. I think he's just going to hit it. It's just a gut feeling here. I think he is going to ride his personal pitching. In the last playoff game, he pitched 7 innings against Atlanta with 12 strikeouts of shutout baseball. Just absolutely dominated. A pretty solid, not amazing lineup that the Braves threw out there, but I don't know. I just like this number for whatever reason. Just looking at it, even though a lot of the data says to fade it from this year, and even sometimes in the the careers of these players. If you look at the careers, it's about, not amazing data either way. But I really like this number. Michael King over. I think the Padres stole a lot of momentum. And I think baseball specifically, momentum really matters, especially for starting pitchers. I think he is going to do wonders. And it's going to tie into my next pick, actually, because part of the reason I think he's going to be able to pitch a good number of innings is because the pitcher he's going against, Walker Buehler, I'm not going to take one of his squares, but he's been very hit or miss. And by that, I mean, he's been either letting up a lot of runs or just one or so runs each time, but he's also not pitching late into games like he typically does. He has not been Walker Buehler this year that he normally is. I'm going to ride one of the hottest hitters in baseball. And Fernando Tatis Jr., when he is hot, he is one of the best hitters in baseball, most exciting hitters in baseball. I'm going to ride his demon play. I typically don't play demons, but 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. You can see he's on an absolute tear. Both games against Atlanta, he hit that. Both games against the Dodgers, he hit that. He's playing a pitcher that, even though Buehler will have some games where he does not let up a lot of earned runs, he still lets up a good number of hits, at least one hit an inning for the amount of innings he's playing. So if he pitches 5 innings, he lets up 5 hits, for example. He's still letting up a lot of hits, is my point. And if you look at the personal matchup data against this, he hits .310 against Walker Buehler. And like I said, this is not the Walker Buehler that we typically see. Buehler has been a great pitcher in recent years. And Tatis, even though that, is still hitting well. So he's getting a worse Walker Buehler. He has 4 home runs against him, too. He hits a home run tonight like he has been doing in the playoffs. That hits it right then and there. I really love this number. I think it's kind of similar to running just a hot player in basketball that is hitting maybe a lot of threes, or everything he's taking is going in, and you just ride him out until he doesn't. This is kind of what I'm going with. I think Tatis very easily could hit 1 to 2 homers tonight, have 1 or 2 hits if he doesn't hit a home run, and get an RBI or at least score. The Padres tend to put up a lot of runs, especially when they are hot, and boy, have they been hot. So I'm running that. I know I got a lot of feel picks today. I got 2 feel picks. Usually try to have some decent bit of data. Tatis does, but it's a demon play of 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. That is a lot, but he is on fire. The King is pure feel. His numbers don't really back up how I'm feeling, but it is a little bit fishy that the number's that high and he hasn't hit it. So you could argue that's a thing in my favor. And then Nafiza Caller over 10 rebounds. It's hit over 50% this year. Like I said, one of the times it didn't hit was due to her not playing as many minutes, at least in my opinion. And it's hit the last 3 games of this series, and I think the game's going to come out tight. But when you're playing these plays and playing the tacos, like I said, we have Alyssa Thomas taco right here. We're waiting on our last one. Remember, play $5, get $50 instantly. Use the code 5, F-I-V-E. Play $5, get $50 instantly. You don't even have to win. You just get your promo funds that you can still use promo funds to play all these discounts and even the free squares whenever they let those out. So great value there. You can stack it on to each other. I'll be tweeting out my picks, and I'll actually include a link to make it easy for y'all that will immediately add in that promo code, so you don't even have to type anything in. So with that, as always, let's steal some money from Prize Picks. Let's continue our hot streak of positive plays. That's what we're going for. And let's just enjoy some great playoff sports. That's what everyone loves sports for. Playoffs, do or die, season on the line. We literally have that win or go home in the WNBA, and we have a pivotal game 3 in the Dodgers and Padres in their series. So let's have some fun tonight, and let me know what y'all think about my picks. Y'all have a good night.